Today we're doing one MLB and one WNBA player prop here on PrizePicks for whatever today is. Going to be Thursday, June 29th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, or you guys can use promo code TUFF for a 100% deposit match. Discord link in the description. The main server is currently completely free. Patreon link in there as well, where I post all the plays that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, not a gambling expert, not financial advice, simply just plays I'm personally looking at making, hopefully giving you some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. But let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's just get right into it. So the first play here is going to be a pitching outs prop. It's going to be Adam Wainwright under 17.5. I do think this has a chance to bump to 17. So I'll give kind of an additional play at the end of the video in case this does bump down to 17. But at 17.5, I'm going to be playing it here. Let's take a look over on Outlier. Again, Outlier, 7-day free trial by using the top of the description. The link at the top of the description of this video. If this page will refresh for me. Link at the top of the description of this video. 7-day free trial with Outlier. Again, the best research tool in my opinion here. But look at this. Adam Wainwright has gone under this line in every single game this season. Every single game this season, except for one against the New York Mets, he had 19 pitching outs, has gone under this line in every single other game this season. He is at minus 137 on Caesars, minus 130 on DraftKings to go under 17.5 pitching outs, which is why I think this will bump down to 17. We take a look at Adam Wainwright here, right? Adam Wainwright on the season is the lowest strikeouts per 9 innings. Of all starting pitchers that have pitched 30 innings this season, he's got the lowest strikeouts per 9 innings and as well as the lowest strikeout percentage in baseball. He's letting hitters hit an insane 348 against him. 348 against him this season. Adam Wainwright is just giving up a ton of hits, a ton of offensive production. So we take a look at teams here. We're going to update this just to take a look at a few things as far as the Houston Astros go as a team, right? The Houston Astros, if we take a look here at some not as starting pitchers batting, let's just take a quick look at this. Again, this is Fangraphs, by the way, you guys. Great research tool as well. But the Houston Astros this season, right, more specific, let's just sort this by right-handers if we can real quick. No, we'll just leave it as is. Real quick, guys. The Houston Astros are hitting right here, middle of the pack, 247 this season overall since May 1st. But it's an absolute smash spot. We take a look at this lineup here, projected lineup for the Houston Astros. I mean, Altuve, Bregman, and Tucker all strike out under 17% here. Abreu, Yanner, Diaz, Jolks, Pena, Myers, and Maldonado. We take a look at Adam Wainwright. He just is not able to get guys out. I mean, for the hit rate to go under this every single game this season, only gone over this once. I'm kind of surprised that it's at 17.5. In my opinion here, we take a look at kind of players versus Adam Wainwright. I mean, he's only faced, it's not like the Astros have faced this guy a ton. I mean, Altuve has 16 at-bats, he's batting 250. Maldonado has 14 at-bats, he's batting 214. And Dubon is batting 500. But the rest of these guys haven't yet to face Adam Wainwright. But just his ability to not really put guys away, especially with the strikeout pitch. I mean, Adam Wainwright just not being able to get guys out, really. We take a look at some starting pitchers game log this season versus Astros. Mike Mikolas went 5.2 innings, so he finished with 17. He had 4 strikeouts, gave up 5 earned runs. Gonsolin only went 5 innings. Bobby Miller only went 4 innings. We've seen Lee Weaver. We've seen numerous guys here stay under this line versus the Houston Astros. The odds here just in our favor at 17.5. I'm taking the under on this one. But again, if this bumps to 17, I'm going to be not playing it probably, and I will pivot to an MLB live play, and it'll be Adam Wainwright again, but I'm going to be fading his under 0.5 pitching strikeouts in the first inning as just an additional play, you guys, if this does bump down. I mean, you could play it at 17, but I think that's strong push potential. I think there's maybe a chance he gets to 17, but at 17.5 is very, very strong on the under. But again, this is another additional play here. Like I talked about, Adam Wainwright has like rarely hit this line in the first inning. You can see here, here's his first inning here. Here's his first inning here. Here's his first inning here. Like, literally, Adam Wainwright rarely hits this line in the first inning, especially him being the lowest strikeout per 9 inning player in baseball as far as starting pitching goes. And these first 3 guys in that Astros lineup having a strikeout percentage under 70%, which is very, very low. Actually, I mean, for the first 5 batters have a line under 17%. So this is just an additional play I wanted to share with you guys. You can add it to your slips maybe if you do like it. But the YouTube play officially is Adam Wainwright under 17.5 pitching outs. And the second play is going to be a WNBA prop, a full game. It's going to be fantasy score. It's going to be Our Lady, Ezi Megbegor, over 33 flat fantasy score here. She just faced the Minnesota Lynx at home and she finished with 36.7 and really didn't have the defensive stats that she normally does. So she finished with 36.7 against the Minnesota Lynx. Usually in game twos of like teams when they play each other back to back, a little bit closer. We see here, I mean, Jessica Shepard continues to be out for Minnesota, which opens up some things offensively for Ezi Magbegor. She did in that game against Minnesota, right? Like I said, she finished with 36.7 fantasy, but she scored 20 points. One of her higher scoring game totals on the season. Actually, that was at Minnesota. So my bad. This is at Minnesota. So now they're playing back in Seattle. We kind of take a look at some splits here for Ezi Magbegor. She averages 1 hole more steal per game at home and is shooting a little less field goal attempts overall, getting to the free throw line a little bit more, grabbing a little bit more rebounds overall here, 8.3 compared to 7.6. But Ezi Magbegor here gets a great matchup against Minnesota, right? Like Minnesota gives up a ton of points to forwards. We're here, Minnesota giving up the not the ton of points, but what is this? 6th most points to forwards. But Minnesota, the second most, this is the opponents overall. My bad. This isn't forwards. This is just opponents overall. Minnesota, second most blocks to opponents, as well as the, what is this, like 7th or 6th most steals. But if we sort this out to forwards, which, I mean, Ezi's more of a center, but, I mean, she is offensively kind of a forward here. Minnesota, 3rd most steals to forwards and the most blocks to forwards as well. Minnesota, also, you could take a look at this, Ezi Magbegor, 3rd in the WNBA in blocks, averaging also 1.4 steals per game. So, I mean, you can see here, Ezi slightly, like 2nd in the WNBA in stocks here. 2nd in the WNBA in stocks. Minnesota Lynx as well, as far as defensive rating goes. 5th worst defensive rating in the WNBA. She just had 33 fantasy against Minnesota on the road. Back at home now. Should be a close game. I think it's a 2.5 point spread here. 2.5 point spread. In Seattle, I like Ezi Magbegor to bounce back even more so. I mean, I think 33 is an absolute floor for her in this game. And you can see the numerous times she's gone over this line this season. She's literally only missed this line 4 times this season. This season for Ezi Magbegor, and 4 of her 5 highest scoring fantasy score total games have come at home as well. So I like Ezi Magbegor to go over 33 fantasy score tonight. Where she just had 20 points against Minnesota on the road. So here are the 2 YouTube plays here for this video officially. Adam Wainwright under 17.5 pitching outs. Ezi Magbegor over 33 fantasy score. Adam Wainwright under 17.5 pitching outs. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 plays. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.